if you don't heal, you will bleed on people who didn't cut you.
It's so true.
Right.
1,000%. But you know what? God heals where he cuts. And so whoever that is for, like, he literally heals where he cuts. And the biggest thing you could do after a breakup is fall in love with Jesus, because literally Matthew 6:33 says, seek first the kingdom and everything else will be added. And let me tell you, if you don't even have a relationship with Jesus, then there is no way that you can have a relationship with someone else. Heal.
Start with Jesus, end with Jesus, all the things. And
all the things,
do life
but
in
actually have a relationship with him before having a relationship with another person.
That's so good.
1,000%.
Yeah. What's up, GP fam? It's your host, RJ, for Going Public. Tonight in studio, we have my very own neighborhood counselor, grocery store friend, influencer, business owner, model, Victoria Castillo in studio tonight. Victoria, thank you for coming. How are you?
What's up? Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about yourself, because we seriously are meeting face to face for the first time.
For literally the first time.
Right.
And we live 4 minutes away from each other.
Yeah. Don't be giving out my location, but yes, we live 4 minutes away from each other, and we share pictures of every time we're inside of our grocery store.
Yeah, I would say the basis of our friendship is usually like holding something from the grocery store.
Right.
And sending it to each other.
No sentences or anything. It's just pictures
Context
only.
isn't needed.
Exactly.
A picture says 1,000 words.
It does. And I think a lot of times that's how I found out that you lived in my neighborhood. I was like, yo, that's my grocery store.
So can I tell everybody something?
Yeah, absolutely.
So at first, when you messaged me on Instagram and you were like,
hold
on. You said I could tell them.
Okay, go ahead and say what you're going to say. But don't make me sound like a creep, right? Like,
okay, but I'm not. Okay.
I'm not just in like people's DMs like, hey, is that like my spot? But go ahead.
No, you're not in people's DMs
You're the counselor.
at all.
You're the counselor. Go ahead.
Okay, so here's the truth is you DM'd me.
Yeah.
But we had followed each other. We have a lot of mutual friends.
Yeah.
That's fair. And so I was like, okay, well, a lot of my really good friends are friends with this guy, so he can't be too terrible. Mm-hmm. And then you DM'd me and you said something like, oh, that's my neighborhood. And I was like, who is this man? Mm-hmm. Because I was like, I'm never leaving the house again. Mm-hmm. And then I realized it was you. And you're not a creeper. I just want to like preface that. You're not a creeper. Uh-huh. Everything's fine.
But if I'm a woman and somebody says, are you in my neighborhood? Like, I'm on guard, like instantly.
Why are you on guard?
I don't know, because people are weird. Like, you know, both of us probably have people in our DMs who like have conversations with each other, right? With themselves, really.
With themselves.
Yeah. And it's just, they're creeps and they're weirdos. And it's just like.
But women scare you? Have you been stalked?
Yes, but even more so. Before we get into whatever, I'll tell you a story.
Okay.
Like, gosh, this is so like not whatever. It doesn't matter, but it's funny. So I jumped on Hinge like 2 years ago. Okay. And my second date, she was very persistent. And I like that stuff, right? Like I like pressure, all those things. We're at Buffalo Wild Wings by our house.
Okay.
And
I didn't know we had one for everybody watching.
Yeah, it's close. It's close.
Never like been there.
3 minutes. Yeah, we'll go one day. Anyway, she leans over, probably like 15 minutes into the date. Victoria, she leans over and she says, impregnate me.
What?
Yes. I know what I heard, but I needed her to say it again because there's no way she said that.
She was talking to the wing?
She would know. I wish, right? But she was talking to me and she was like, impregnate me. And so I said, what did you say? And she said it again with confidence. Okay. And instantly, like, I can be ugly, right? Like, I'm normally nice and stuff like that. But when she said that, I was like, hey, like, this date is over. Like, if ever I've been turned off, like, this is that moment. And so tell her that, right? Tell her that. Make sure she gets home safely, whatever, all those things. Uh-huh. Right after that, like, she would pop up at the grocery store. And she doesn't live in our neighborhood. She would pop up. I would see, like, her car drive by. Like, I live in the cul-de-sac. So I would see the car like drive by, the Ring camera would like pick up stuff. And so like, yeah, so creeps like creep me out. So.
Okay. So it is on both sides.
Yeah, for sure.
Take back every sexist thing I just said.
Yeah. I think women don't know that.
No, like we can be crazy. Mm-hmm. We can. We have like tendencies, especially Latinas. Hello.
But we like that to some degree.
I feel like men say they like that until they don't.
True. Or they miss that when they don't have that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So that's funny you say that. So I used to, it's going to screw up my audience, right? And I'll probably lose followers, but whatever, it's the truth. So I used to be only attracted to white women.
You are going to lose followers.
I'm so sorry, everybody.
I think everyone's beautiful.
They're all beautiful, right? Yeah. But they're not.
That's just your type.
Right. And so it was one time, it was Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is our biggest holiday for my family. Like everybody comes to that holiday, right? And I remember we're sitting in the kitchen, my sisters and I, and then my mom pops up. And one of my sisters says, RJ, let's play Build a Bear, but build a wife for you. And I was like, interesting. Okay. Yeah. And Jessica was like, you could pick any characteristic from any woman you ever talked to, dated, or whatever. And so I'm starting to think. And then my youngest sister, Chelsea, says, no, scratch that. What does a woman get when she gets RJ? And that seriously like changed my whole mindset. Like it screwed me up that night to the point where I wrote it in my notes on my phone. Like,
wow.
Yeah. So this is like 2 years ago. So it's in there for like people that know me will know about that, right? It's only certain people have read that. But
yeah.
Then mom pops in and she was like, but Mijo, like, as much as you love family and culture, it's hard for me to see you happy with someone who's not Latina. Yeah. And when mom said that, seriously, Victoria, like it changed, something shifted. And not that I don't think white women are beautiful, because they are, or African Americans are beautiful. I do think they all are. But for me, like my desire of who I want to be with matches the characteristics of a Latina. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I mean, you want what you want.
Right. Okay. Let me ask you this before we get into your story, because like your story is neat and I want to hear more about it, and the audience needs to hear it. But this weekend, my twin and I had set up a date, right? A date.
You all set up a date.
You know the backstory, so I know what you're trying to get me to say. But there was a proposition to have from both sides, from her and from him, for me to be kind of the middleman to make things happen. Well, everything was great up until that day. And we were actually shooting a pod Saturday morning, so I don't see my phone right away. Okay. I don't see it till later, and I notice that she responds with, hey, I can't make it. I hope that we can meet up in a group later. So you said that was her saying something completely different.
Yes, but because we left out context.
Okay. Fill in where you want to fill in.
So what he is leaving out is that he sat down with this woman.
Correct.
And essentially predated her.
Not predated.
Scoped her out, rather.
I was basically giving her...
Like you were trying to help her and give her info. I don't know what you call that. You like pre-examine this woman.
Yeah, I don't know.
But not in a bad way.
Right. Like
in a really respectful way.
We went on...
You pre-audited her.
For him.
For him.
Right.
But that was the part that you left out. And then she texted you after she had already sat with you. And that's important.
For the audience to know.
For the audience to know. Because she caught feelings for you in that situation. And that's why she canceled on your friend.
And wants to do the group.
And wants to do the group because she wants to continue to get to know you. And if she ends up being with you, later on, she doesn't want it to be awkward with your friend group. So she might as well mend it now. We think like years ahead, us women.
See, but I don't like that. So, okay, so now it bothered him. Of course, in front of the guys, like when we're like giving him a hard time, it didn't bother him until late Sunday night. He brings it up. Dang it, it kind of pissed me off type thing. And so now like the truth starts coming out.
Yeah.
So he goes back home and he asks a woman who is really close to him. And he says, hey, like this would happen. And the answer that this woman gave him was really blew my mind to the point, Josh's too, where Josh called me instantly. And he was like, hey, so I asked this woman her thoughts and she says, Josh, I tend to do the exact same thing with men who have everything that I want because I can't run over them. So if somebody asks me who's kind of like a bum, chances are I'm going to go on that date. But somebody who asks me who is like superior or has everything that I really want, I tend to cancel. Is that a thing?
I feel like my response to this is going to be very unique because I back it by scripture.
Okay.
So her saying, you know, which is true, she's not wrong, right? Like there's women who want to be in charge. We're in this era where women empowerment and it's, we don't need no man. We got everything on our own. And that's fine and dandy. We do. But per the Bible, man isn't good alone and they do need a woman. And so for her to say, you know, but for men that I don't feel like I would have superior over is wrong because then he can never lead her. So I don't have an answer for that does not match the Bible, unfortunately.
I like that approach, but I also think we live in a culture now where I think women want to be supported. I think every woman wants stability and security. I truly believe that. But I think now some women want to be able to call the shots.
Yeah.
In which I think that is not biblical.
It's not.
Right? It's not, right? But if the man is not leading them towards Christ, then a woman does need to step in and kind of lead, right?
If they're married.
If they're married. If they're not,
leave him.
Quick.
Don't
right?
waste your time.
Just block and move, right?
I don't even know why we're still there.
But I think that's a frustration right now is like, as I talk to men, like I told you, like I mentor men and now people who are coupled, who are about to get married, come to me and like, hey, like, can you counsel us? And first I'm like, oh, I don't know. But also I believe the Lord has given me wisdom to talk about it, right? Just because I'm not married doesn't mean that I'm not equipped for marriage, right?
Right.
And so a lot of men are using the term fickled, right? Women are fickled in their thinking.
I do hear that all the time.
Right. And
they're not wrong.
They're not wrong. I think they're just kind of like what we talked about. Like when you saw me DM you, there was a little, who is this guy?
Yeah.
Right. And so I think every woman should have a little bit of that at least. Don't just say yes to everything. But the frustration right now of men is like, okay, women say they want a man who has leveled up, has his stuff together, is stable, and knows exactly what he wants.
Yeah.
But then when a man does come across her table, right, she's now confused and now doesn't want to and now is canceling. So what advice would you give men, or what's the thought behind all of that?
I feel like I have so many. It's weird because it's like, okay, from a woman's perspective, like that could be true, right?
Yeah.
Maybe she has been praying, dreaming about this man who is everything that you say your twin brother, that your twin brother is.
Yeah.
And so when reality hit her, like maybe she's never seen that before. And so she's like, her heart is like, run for your life because this is new, you know? So that's true. Like, I mean, we can't speak for her, right? So maybe she did run. I'm going to say that's not what happened because I know the backstory.
You know the backstory. I still think there's partly like the run.
She could have ran 1,000%. But for me,
You think different. You think there was a different.
But I also I just run with God at the center. And so for me, even if I wasn't interested, I wouldn't have told you. I would have told him.
Yeah.
And he deserves clarity.
See, I think that's a different mindset that's very attractive is I think people don't know how to communicate, so they ghost.
Yeah.
I think they don't mean to ghost, but they don't know how to communicate.
But it's like 2025. Why are we still ghosting?
Right. Ask chat, like how to ask.
Literally, me and my friend were on chat last night asking how to let someone down.
Oh, wow.
I can pull up my history.
We need to do that on FaceTime so I can my brother just broke up with his potential girlfriend. Like a couple of days ago, they were going to ask each other to be serious. And then he didn't know what to say. And so.
He ghosted her?
No, he didn't.
Call him right now. That's not okay.
Jacob did the right thing. Jacob went over there face to face.
Okay.
And just gave her some reasoning behind it.
Yeah.
Without bashing her. So
I just feel like from the other perspective, I don't know if I've been ghosted, honestly. I don't remember. Yeah. But if I was, I could imagine I didn't like it. Or I wouldn't like it. It would irk me because I would want to know, as women, you know how we are. We're overthinkers. We want communication. So as women, we're going to be like, what was wrong with me? Does he not like my hair? Do I eat my food too fast? We're going to completely go into worst case scenario. So honestly, like men and women could do each other the favor and just say what it is. It's not that hard. Like,
right. I would rather like just pull the bandage right now and just say, hey, RJ, thanks for the compliments, but I'm not interested.
but can I tell you what it is? We live in a generation where people think that dating means that you're tied down. Dating is dating. You are dating that person to get to know them. That is not your soulmate. You are in no way, shape, or form tied to that person. Dating is getting to know each other. We have jumped into this generation where we have made dating, sleeping together, sleeping over, all the things, doing all these things instead of doing everything but getting to know that person.
Yeah.
So if you were dating correctly, it would be easy to be like, hey, you're actually not a good fit.
So
but
now
I wish you the best.
So now you're getting into what I really wanted to get into, like somebody who is an influencer, and we'll get into your story of like your, what I'm going to call Victoria BC, right? Like all your stuff. And then now like, so your mind has changed, your mindset has changed.
So much.
But what is the correct way to date? And before you answer that, we're going to go to break. Welcome back, GP. We are with Victoria Castillo, who is now going to talk about the correct way to date or the definition of dating. Okay. So give us like some scenarios.
One that is very bold, RJ,
okay,
because I don't know the correct way to date, or I'd probably be doing it, but I do have a good insight.
Okay.
Number one, biblically, you should only be seeking someone who is equally yoked with you.
Okay.
What do I mean by that?
Yeah.
Like, for example, your beliefs match their beliefs. So if you know you're following Jesus and they are following something else, then if you are so hard set on Jesus, our biggest mistake in today's age is thinking, well, they might change for me, or maybe I can change them. Number one, the person that you meet how they are is the person that they're going to be.
Oh, well, say that again, slowly.
The person that you meet how they are is the person they're going to be.
I like that.
We literally self-sabotage and disappoint ourselves by thinking that we're going to change other people, because you're not. So being equally yoked, like, are you aligned in faith? Are you aligned in values? People think it's like, I was talking to my women's ministry. We're actually in a dating series, so this is kind of fun.
Okay.
But we were in a dating series, and they were like, well, what if he's not really like in his faith? Maybe he doesn't know Jesus, but he's going to get to know Jesus. I do not think that it's wrong. Nowhere in the Bible does it say, whenever the Bible is referring to being equally yoked, it's actually talking about before you jump into marriage.
Correct.
So in the dating scene, just to preface, yes, you could meet someone who maybe isn't a strong follower of Jesus, who maybe isn't reading her Bible, who maybe isn't praying all the time, but you know that you want that. But the thing is like, what does the fruit say? Is she bearing fruit that says that she's striving to be that person? Or is she showing that she's how she is and she's pretending to be with you? That's the scariest part about being equally yoked.
But that's so frustrating, Victoria, like in church, right? Like if we're talking about searching for your partner in church, I can't say his name, but this guy just gives me the creeps on TikTok, right?
Okay.
He's an avid dater, right? He's just out there.
Okay.
But he's always like filming himself, like reading the Bible and giving like dating advice. And it's just like, like the only reason why it rubs me wrong is because I see that on the church world is like, there's so many people that are going to church to date instead of like going to church to seek the Lord and then see who he has for us to date.
Can we add claps to that part?
Please pick up the mic. I just dropped it. Yeah. Stop. But yeah, like, so I have this thought, right? If some people, whether they sit in the front row or whatever, the proposed vision is that we think that they are lifting their hands to Jesus. But the mindset is, I'm waving my hands to say, Pastor, pick me. Put the spotlight on me so that everybody knows that I'm the perfect Christian, and now women will flock to me. Do you know how many... We're going to say it because do you know how many hoes on the guy's side are out there that are sitting in our front rows at church and they're really like just preying on, not this way, but like they're preying on these women of faith because I think they want that, but they don't know how to pursue that in a gentleman manner. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
They just know it from like their F-boy days or whatever.
Yeah.
Right. And so going to the dating part, I'm going to ask you a woman who does lead a ministry, has a pretty big following. Is it comfortable if a dude were to approach you at church? Would you want that? Would you not want that? How would you?
I think it's definitely like, it's okay. Like if a guy were to approach me at church and that's how he wants to ask me out, I mean, I feel safer than him asking me at the gas pump. You know what I mean?
I did see it.
Or like
I did see
it.
Yeah, I saw clips of it.
Or
yeah.
at the, you know,
I know exactly
at
what
a
you're talking
random store or something. Like it's okay. But it just depends how he comes up, right? So is he coming up to me with some Christian pickup line of like, I don't even know. What is a Christian pickup line these days? I heard one
Did
the
it
other day.
hurt?
Yeah, when you fell from heaven.
Yeah, I don't know.
I can't.
I don't know. Like
so if you approach me like that, step away from me, Satan. You know what I'm saying?
Would you rather them come with like a thought about pickup line or just like top of the head?
I would honestly rather him just come like so dorky and authentic. Like he didn't even have time to think about it. He just saw me, knew that he could not leave without saying a word to me. And even if it was like, how are you? He tried.
Man, are y'all listening? She's single. She's not looking, but if you see her, see her, like that's the approach that she wants.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I want like the
organic.
authentic. It's organic.
Yeah.
Like if you come up to me, you know, hi, my name is Brad, and I saw you over there, and I saw you lifting your hands, and I just thought, ew, you saw me lifting my hands. So what were you doing? Were you even here for Jesus? You know what I'm
helping
saying?
out Brad though, because like you can see as you worship, like your hands are not going to be up the entire time. They get tired. So like maybe when he's like looking, oh shoot, she's up there, and people are noticed, right? Like,
but then you like kept your eye on me that far to where you caught me when I was exiting the building of like 10,000 people. Where was your focus? Come on.
Because I'm guilty of that. I'll have to be honest. I'm guilty of that. Like people know this story about me. Like I'm leaving church one day and I see this woman. We have like this after party worship session and I'm walking out and I see this woman worshiping. So I do notice her and then like things align where we like meet. So I don't want to say that I wasn't like focused on what I was supposed to be focused on, but this woman also caught my eye.
Okay.
If you've been praying for something, you recognize what you've been praying for.
Yeah.
Right. But I understand what you're saying. Like, don't be so like, you can be a Christian creep. I really believe you can be.
You can be a Christian creep.
Yeah. And that's a thing. Like, and it's just
it's a big thing and it needs to stop being a thing.
Right. And like,
respectfully.
Thankfully, my friend Abby, the founder of The Datey, right? She's coming on in like 2 weeks or whatever, but she's trying to puzzle together the dating scene of DFW, right? It's just, I think we just don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
There's such an imbalance of how our parents were married and then how we're trying to figure out dating, and we don't know how to do it. And so it's like, do you go to church to find your person, or do you just ask God to UPS them to your front door? I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, I know plenty of people that married the UPS delivery person. If God wants to do it, he'll do it.
God doesn't want to do that with me because he hasn't done it yet. So,
well, maybe yours is like the Amazon person and not the UPS person.
Stop.
And you don't order enough Amazon.
Stop. Okay, so go into what we were talking about with. So if you're single, what is the woman's mindset if a guy is out there on 7 different dates a week?
I like how you said single, like single, like there ain't no one confused about where me and him stand, like single.
Because that's a thing, right? Like single means I'm going to answer whoever calls my phone whenever they call it.
Right.
Single means I'm only going to answer when somebody else is not around.
True.
Right? Because that's a thing, right? That's a thing. But what I'm learning is single outside of the church maybe gets a little bit more grace than single dating inside of the church.
I can see that.
So from a woman's perspective, what does that look like if somebody is trying to get to know, because that's our definition, right? Trying to get to know somebody to see who our person's going to be, who we're going to go in a relationship with. Yeah. What does that look like through your eyes, through your lens of, hey, this guy, Brad, we're going to use Brad.
Yeah.
Brad is dating.
Brad is.
Brad, sorry, Brad. Right.
I'm so sorry, Brad.
But he's going on multiple dates a week.
Okay.
What does that look like through your eyes?
So I think it depends. I'm very big on communication, and as Christians, we're called to be communicative. We have to give clarity. We have to give all of that. We can't give confusion, and it would just be wrong of us. We would be doing a disservice if we were lying. So if Brad came up to me and said, "Hey, I want to take you out. I want to get to know you," and then if Brad told me then and there, like, "Hey, I want to take you out, I want to get to know you, but just so you know, you are my 8th date for the week," I would be like, "Get out of my face."
Why? Why? Because he's being honest. Would you rather him not tell you?
It's just like the wrong conversation at the wrong time. But if he took me to dinner, sat me down and said, "Hey, like, because of where I'm at with my faith and how I respect you and how I respect myself, I just want to let you know I am dating other people because we are just dating and I'm looking for the right person," I wouldn't have a problem with it. But if you don't tell me and it's like, you're like, "Oh, actually, Victoria, like, I can't see you on Tuesday because I'm going to pickleball," and then I walk into Target and you're with Ashley from Target, then you're a liar. So just be straight up.
But do women want to hear the truth? Because I don't know that y'all do.
Oh, y'all is a lot of people.
Y'all is a lot. And y'all is crazy, right? But so, like, whatever. I'm dating, right? I go on dates. I say yes to some. I ask people, whatever.
Okay.
Recently, this woman says, "Am I the only woman that has your phone number?" Which is crazy. Of course, the answer is no.
Were you like, "My mom"?
So I'm petty, right? I was like, "No, you're not. Like, do you want to look at my phone?" But
did she say it like that?
She said it just like that. "Am I the only woman who has your phone number?"
Okay.
Of course, I know what she's really saying. She's like, basically, who am I communicating with? And I said, "No, I don't know how to lie in this season of my life. There's a backstory. I just feel like I need to tell the truth to hear the Holy Spirit the way that I want to hear him."
Okay. So
I tell her, no, like, yeah, people have my phone number, but not every person has my phone number who desires it, right?
Okay.
She got offended instantly. And
were y'all on the date or planning a date?
No, planning a date. We hadn't even met face to face yet.
Okay. Okay. Right? So this is just getting
this is like the first day texting.
Okay.
Not even the phone call yet. Like, it's just like,
yeah.
And so I think giving her the truth, my fear is that not just women, not just y'all, right? Us men too, are scared to ask the questions we're afraid of the answers to.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
No, it's so fair. Like, and to validate you, like, that's so real and honest, because a lot of women, and I used to not want to hear the truth. Like, I was like, I'd rather me never find out and you lie to me than me ever hear the truth.
Yeah.
But I'm in a different place now where it's like, no, I deserve the truth for who I am and like who I could be for someone. So if you think that you can lie to me, number one, God is going to take care of you, and thank God. But like, I feel like it just depends where she's at in her life, but you also have to give her grace because she has maybe never seen dating as actual dating.
That's a big
because
deal.
The world has completely undefined what dating should be. And so you have to give her a little grace because she might think dating means y'all are like instant boyfriend and girlfriend and exclusive, when dating is, no, you get to know each other and then decide if you're exclusive.
I asked my buddy Detail this question because I'm guilty of this as well. Back in my days, I don't want to say that those days, but I am those days. I caught myself in a position where this woman thought we were dating and I knew we weren't. Does that make sense?
Those are tricky.
Those are tricky, but it's because of the mouthpiece that us men tend to use. We love bomb, right? And now we're like, oh, you fell in love. Oh, I don't even like you, right? I just want what we want, right? A lot of times, if we're honest, men tend to show love to get sex, and women tend to show sex to get love, right? And so I asked Detail, has he ever been in a relationship he didn't know about? And thankfully he said no, he's engaged now, right?
Yeah.
But it made me think, like, how many of us have manipulated our words for women to fall, and then we bash them or like, ugh, why did you fall for me when we set up the whole thing for them?
Yeah, it's accountability.
Yeah. I want to get into, because your mindset is very, very different now, right? I want to get into your story.
Okay.
Why you think how you think, but really Give us that backstory of who you used to be, how a lot of people know you, and then, we'll get into that.
Okay. So BC, Victoria.
Yeah.
Was in the club at 16 years old.
Which is crazy.
I did have a full-time job at the time. I was in property management, thought I would like retire in property management. I loved it. Had a big girl job. And I was doing club promotions full-time. So I got paid basically to just invite people to the club. And per every head that walked through the building, I got paid for it. I got paid for them getting tables and bottle service.
At 16?
At 16.
Victoria.
Was paid cash. And the industry even made me change my name, which just tells you a lot about the industry.
Hold on. Don't go fast on that part. The industry made you change your name. Change
my age and my name for a little bit.
Oh,
like not my full name so that I couldn't be traced.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's crazy, but okay.
It's crazy, but I was like, wow, like this is amazing money. I had a full-time job. And so at the time, like I was like, wow, like I can make all this money and I get to party and just be out all day. Like that's amazing. And my boss at the time was phenomenal. She would literally let me sleep under my desk if I needed to take a nap because she said I was so good at my job that like I earned it. So I had like...
So you have the property management.
Yeah.
That you're sleeping under the table.
Sleeping under the table.
And then at night.
Dancing on top of the table. So it's completely reversed. Yeah. And so, I had it made. I was like, okay, great. I have 2 great jobs.
Yeah.
And at the time, I guess this matters. So I've been modeling since I was 15.
Okay.
And this matters because during that time, I was still doing a lot of music videos. I was still doing magazine publishing. And the genre of magazines that I'm in are not the best. Okay. I was doing a lot of like swimsuit and like boudoir magazines. And so at the time I was very full of myself. Like I was like, I am this girl in Dallas. Like everybody knows my name. I don't pay anywhere I go. I don't wait in line anywhere. Like I'm published. I'm on TV right now. Like, what are you going to say to me? I was so entitled. It was so ugly.
Gosh. Okay.
So ugly. So to think that I was that person and then who Jesus has renewed me to be now is a blessing.
Where was that shift? Like what happened?
So
16 to what?
16 age? To about 24.
Okay.
So a long time. And just to add, this was Sunday through the next Sunday. So I was at the club Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Like I didn't know there was a place to be every single night, but there is.
Yeah, in Dallas.
Did you know that?
Not until I moved here. I've only moved here like less than 2 years ago.
Did that blow your mind?
Yeah, like I thought like going out meant like Friday and Saturday, maybe Thursday, but like
maybe Dallas, like a Thursday.
Dallas is different. Like,
Dallas is like, oh, Monday night, bottle service.
Yeah, like it's insane.
Yeah, it blew my mind. But anyway, I was getting really paid well for it. And so that was going on. But God always shines some light in dark places. And you know that. Yeah. And so I was at the club and I met this girl who her and her hubby were like, hey, do you want to come to church with us tomorrow? It was a Saturday. Wow. Mind you, my dad's from the Valley. And so I say we grew up in the Valley just because we spent so much time down there, but I'm not from there. So church in the Valley is like 6 church pews and like one worship pastor. And you know what I'm saying?
That's how I grew up. Yeah.
Okay. So that's how we grew up.
Yeah. So
when she said, do you want to go to church? I was like, okay, yeah. Thinking I was going to go into a church pew and see like 10 people. And when I went, it was a quote unquote mega church. It was Watermark in Dallas, which no shame because God used that church to actually like bring me to salvation.
Yeah, we love Watermark.
We love Watermark.
Yeah.
But I started going to the porch and she takes me there and I walk in and I'll never forget. I was like, what is this? Mm-hmm. She's like, church. And I was like, this isn't church because I was used to like the small building.
Right, yeah.
And people like actually like you're on your knees half the time, you're not sitting down or standing. It's just, you're on your knees. And so, she goes, no, this is church. And she's like, have you not been to church like
That's cool.
here? And I was like, no. So, background story, my mom and my dad, they decided that they were never going to force their faith on us.
Okay.
So my dad every single day saw that man hit his knees the first moment he wakes up, still to this day.
Wow.
Prays over his car before he takes off, prays before he eats a meal. He had Bible studies at the house and still hits his knees, before he goes to bed. So I grew up seeing that. So it made me curious, and I thank him for it, because he didn't have to push me, because I was like, what is that? Like what is happening to him so much that he does that? And so anyway, I went to Watermark that day, and I was like, Dad, I get why you pray.
Yeah.
Like, I get why you're getting on your knees first thing when you wake up. Like, wow. Mm-hmm. So fun fact, that girl never went back ever. Like, literally, I'm like, were you an angel? Because she literally took me.
Yeah.
Never saw her again. She didn't text me back. And I was like, well, I liked it so much, like, I'm going to go. Mm-hmm. So I went back by myself for 2 years. The first year I sat in the very back, didn't want to be seen. Year 2, I think I scooted up to the middle, and then eventually scooted up to like front row, because I was like, oh, I love this.
Wow.
Want to be front and center. But I was sitting at church, and it was Porch Tuesday night. And the pastor, I'll never forget, he was preaching a message. And like when you go to church and you're like, wow, God, you like really told them my business.
Right.
Because you're just like, how do they know that?
Like, seriously?
It's so direct.
For sure.
So I was in that sermon, and he goes, some of y'all are so full of yourselves. You're a VIP in Dallas, and everyone knows your name, and you don't wait in line, and you don't pay a dime. And
wow.
I was like, okay.
I'd be sweating right now.
I was sweating. Yeah. I was like, do I need to leave?
Right.
And he goes, and that's all fine and dandy that you're VIP in Dallas, but what are you going to do when you get to the kingdom and God says, flee from me, I never knew you, and you're not VIP and you can't enter the kingdom? And I was like, geez. And that like actually hit, because I was like, none of these people that I party with actually matter. Mm-hmm. Like, they don't. Like, they're not going anywhere. Mm-hmm. Like, this isn't life. Like, getting drunk isn't life. Partying till 2 a.m. because I'm like running from my problems. Like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
And that changed my life. I literally went home, and I was like, okay, God, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go all in. I don't know what that looks like, but like, I'm surrendering to you, and I'm having this conversation with the Lord. And it was the loneliest season of my life, but I'm so glad he did it, because in that season I found him. Like, he took away, because I prayed a dangerous prayer, which I think everyone should pray. But I said, if there's anyone in my life who shouldn't be here, please take them away. And I watched everyone in my life go in a blink.
That's incredible.
And it was the loneliest season, because I would like text my old club friends like, hey, do you want to go on a walk or go get a pedicure or just go eat? They were like, nah, but let us know if you're going to the club though. I was like, oh, cool. So, but in that time I found the Lord, and when he takes, he replaces with so much better. Like, Absolutely. He really does. Yeah. And I started getting like real genuine Christian friendships, like girls who were like, yeah, I'd love to go on a walk with you. Like, oh, you're sick. Like, I'd love to lay hands and pray for you. Like, oh, you're going through a hard time. It's not, let's go hit the club and get drunk tonight. It's like, would you like to come over and I'll actually just like lay here with you and we can talk. And I was like, what is this?
That's different.
So that's what changed.
That's awesome. Okay. So we're going to take a break, but then we're going to get into Let's Glorify God.
Okay.
And how that started. We'll be back. Welcome back, GP. We are here with Victoria, the founder of the ministry, Let's Glorify God. LGG. So give us just kind of a backstory. Mm-hmm. You just told me a story, which is really cool, and we'll believe for that. But just tell me how that started, why you started that, and kind of where that's going right now.
If you told me, so we're coming up on our 2-year anniversary in 2 weeks. Nice. But if you told me 2 years ago that I would be running a women's ministry and a men's ministry, I would have said, you were out of your mind. Yeah. I am a businesswoman and that's all I know. But God had other plans, and it was kind of like something, when you start hearing from the Lord and you think that you can just run from it. Yeah. No, but you can't, because he'll keep making it happen. For sure. So it just got so evident that he's like, I want you to speak to women. I want you to speak to women. I want you to teach them how to date. I want you to teach them how to heal. I want you to teach them how to surrender their life to me and how to walk in purity and how to do all these things that you just came out of. Like a short story, I was engaged at the time. I was like planning a wedding. Okay. And during that season is when I knew the Lord was asking me to talk to women. but it's because I was realizing what a Christian man shouldn't be and what he shouldn't do. And the Lord was like, now take this and use this, because you didn't go through this hurt and pain for nothing. This is actually for my glory. And so get to work. And I was like, okay. And so I broke off my engagement. I sat down and had coffee with this woman who is like a mentor. She's great. Okay. Not my mentor, but she mentors people. And I'm like telling her, and she's like, can I just ask you something? And I was like, yeah. And she goes, when you started your first business, did it take you this long to get started? And I said, no. And she goes, why? And I said, because if I fail, I fail. Like, who cares? I'll start another business. Mm-hmm. She said, and then when you started your second business, did you take this long? And I said, no. And she said, why? And I said, because like, if I fail, I fail. It is what it is. I'm going to teach myself how to build this business. I don't care that I've never done it. Like, nothing really scares me, and you'll learn that. So she goes, so why is it taking you so long to build God's work and what he's telling you to do? And when she said that to me, I was like, okay, Jesus, I hear you. You're here. I went home that night. I prayed. The name really has nothing to do other than like one of my favorite country songs. I'm such a country girl. Okay. And so I went home, and I never forget, I was sitting down and I was like, but what would I name this place? Like, what would I name it? Yeah. What am I going to do? I teach the Bible. Like, I still don't even know the Bible. I felt so underqualified. And the song, do you like country?
I do.
Okay.
I'm in cowboy boots today.
I saw them, but I didn't know if it was just like an outfit thing or if you were like a true country.
Oh, so you thought fraudulent.
Fraudulent activity it was giving.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I'm
Jerk.
I'm just kidding. I didn't know. I've never met you. Maybe if you invited me over and did neighborly things like, hey.
Next time, every time I put on my boots, I'll snap
you.
Hey,
neighbor, I have like extra breakfast. Would you like some? Or would you know what I mean? Neighbor duties. But anyway.
I'm on a watermelon diet right now, so.
Hey, neighbor, I have plenty of watermelon cut up. Would you like some?
Yeah. And I'm in cowboy boots.
Then I would have seen your wardrobe.
Okay.
But, so I'm sitting on the bed and I'm like, hey, like, God, what do I name this thing? I'm ready to start it. No more procrastinating. And the song, Man, I Feel Like a Woman by Shania Twain came on.
I know that song.
That's my favorite song. Like, it just is, because it's like, let's go, girls. So then I was like, let's go, girls. Let's go, girls. And then I was like, let's go glorify God, girls. And then I was like, let's glorify God, girl.
That's awesome.
So that's literally all LGG is. And then when the Lord put on my heart to also speak to the men, I couldn't avoid it. I had men coming to me every single day with the same way that he was making women come in front of me of how do I handle this? How do I deal with this? How do you smile through pain? How are you still standing? Yeah. And I was like, okay, God, you want a guys ministry. So it was just easy to say, let's glorify God, girls, and guys.
That's so neat, because I didn't know this about you. I didn't know that part. But you mentioned trying to run away from God. Mm-hmm. So I've done that for like 14 years, right? Did youth ministry, travel, did all the speaking stuff. That's how I have relationships with people that I have relationships with. Mm-hmm. But for the longest time, I thought that my failure made me disqualified for God's calling. Yeah. Right. And so now it's like, okay, I'm hearing this voice again. And so I started Heal the Boy. Mm-hmm. Right. And so I thought my ministry was limited to men. Wow. But as I started doing that, now the women are like, okay, we recognize you have Heal the Boy. Like, what does Heal the Girl look like? Wow. And so like, that's kind of like, and so we'll talk, we'll do some collabs and stuff amazing. Like that. Yeah.
Yeah, we have to.
Because I think there's an importance of that. I think I used to have the mindset of only men could teach men. Mm-hmm. Right. And I think right now there's a cloud of men who think like that, that they can't submit to a woman's anointing or calling, and so they just blur out whatever she's saying. But I think sometimes, like our mom teaches us, a woman with authority and anointing can truly teach us how to do that, right? Like, there was a movie that came out years ago. It's called like Think Like a Woman or Think Like a Man.
Think Like a Man.
Yeah, right? And it's like, it's helping women think like a man. Yeah. Right? And but I think there needs to be one for men to think like women. Like, how do you tap in? But not through like a men's or a woman's perspective. But I learned this a couple of months ago as one of my friends, close friends, Jeff, gave me this scripture. I don't remember it specifically, but it says something to this degree. You must tap into the Lord's heart to understand the woman's.
Wow.
Right. And so that told me I got to tap into the Lord's presence for him to show me what he thinks about his daughter.
It's true.
And so, so we'll collab.
It's like the bridegroom.
It is, right?
It
Like,
is.
how do I get to know you without truly like learning your mind, right? And so, so thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
Let us know about your 2-year anniversary, however we can help, however I can help.
Yeah, you should come.
Yeah.
It's on the calendar.
Okay, just shoot me a
I'll
text.
text it to you.
Absolutely. All right, GP, it is time for y'all's favorite segment called Tea Time. Tea Time is where we have questions come in.
Okay.
And it's more like a rapid fire.
Okay.
But we have teamed up with our partners and our friends at Substance.
Okay.
And they have some questions. And so I'm going to read them
All right.
to you. And then you're just going to answer.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Here we go. They are on my phone. First question. You ready for this?
I don't know, honestly.
Do you feel like you are on track in life?
1,000%. Because I have peace.
You have peace. Perfect. What has been the biggest obstacle during this journey you're on right now?
I think the biggest obstacle right now with being a ministry owner of 2 different things is having to understand that I'm now in a different spotlight. And it's a spotlight of truly feeling like I can't let anybody down. It's almost like I walk in a bigger authority. I'm constantly, because my biggest thing is I don't want to be a hypocrite. And so if I'm going to lead women to purity or tell them to watch their mouth or be women who are Proverbs 31 women, then I'm doing the same thing. And so I would just say it's just been a huge transformation of just a lot of pressure, but it's also a lot of peace that comes with the pressure because I know the Lord's telling me that he's written all over it.
That's so cool. Like,
yeah.
You said you used to be a DFW influencer. You don't know this, but I spotted you, I think, on TikTok about almost 2 years ago.
What?
No joke. I think I can find it on my phone, I'm sure. But under your profile said Kingdom Influencer. And that really didn't make me stop, but it made me look at your content. And I was like, okay, this woman. And years later, you're here. Yeah. You're my neighbor. And we're talking about this mindset. So
it's
cool.
Funny you say that.
Yeah. All right. Next question. If you could change one aspect of your life, what would it be?
Change one aspect of my life? I mean, I wouldn't live in Texas. I could tell you that.
You wouldn't?
No, but God has me called here, so I have to stay here.
Okay. We'll talk about that later. Okay. Subcategory, intimacy. What's one thing you would say to a person who broke your heart?
Thank you, because you were in my husband's way and now he has room to come in.
Well, hello. Okay. Yes. Yes. Because a lot of times people tend to just stay bitter, right? And hate this person, but thank you next, right?
I don't really hang on to stuff like that. I'm a little different.
Okay. All right. Last question. How do you move on from a past relationship?
With therapy. Like actually therapy.
Okay. Not
and
just
Jesus.
And Jesus. I like that because some people are so religious that they're not real, right? And they think of course Jesus can heal us, right? We know that, right?
Yeah, but you have to do the work. Absolutely.
And he has also prepped qualified people to be counselors, right? Whether they're the neighborhood counselor or true counselors.
Or actual,
right.
Yeah.
But I think you got to trust who the Lord has put in your life to show you things.
Yeah. I mean, I'll honestly say for anybody moving on, the most important thing is please, please, please heal. Because if you don't heal, you're literally going to bleed out on the next person, whether you know it or whether you don't. And then all of your unhealed traumas that you had with that person, they're going to show up in the next person unless you sit and do the work. And so that's why I say therapy, because it's so important. Go through your childhood trauma. If you feel attacked every time, your ex was telling you hey, this hurt me, and you're feeling attacked, that's something that's coming from your childhood. You probably used to always get onto you probably were always in trouble by your parents. Yeah. And now when your girlfriend says hey, this really bothers me, you're hearing your parents attacking you. And you need to fix it before even getting into another relationship.
No, you're absolutely right. I think a lot of people tend to try to heal in relationship instead of healing before, right? And My friend Rich Wilkerson Jr. says it this way.
I love Rich.
Yeah. If you don't heal, you will bleed on people who didn't cut you.
It's so true.
Right.
So true.
But I think it's people don't understand like that they're broken. Mm-hmm. The image that comes to mind, I was in college and I'm then with my girlfriend, right? And we're walking the track and we see this dog run across the street and it gets hit, right? And instantly we try to go and help it.
Yeah.
And when I try to pick up the dog, it like snaps at me, tries to bite. And that is like the image of like hurt people.
Yeah.
Right. And so it's like, had he have known he was broken, he would have allowed me to help him.
Yeah.
Right. And so like this terrible story, but because it didn't end well,
like,
right? Because
hello?
I'm 19, like he's trying to bite me. Okay. Thank you. Bye. But yeah. So like Rich saying that, like, if you don't heal, you'll bleed on people who didn't cut you. And I think that's where we're living in, is that people are trying to bandage things that they never cut.
1,000%. But you know what? God heals where he cuts. And so whoever that is for, like, he literally heals where he cuts. And the biggest thing you could do after a breakup is fall in love with Jesus, because literally Matthew 6:33 says, seek first the kingdom and everything else will be added. And let me tell you, if you don't even have a relationship with Jesus, then there is no way that you can have a relationship with someone else. It's factual.
I love that. Yeah.
You just can't. So start with Jesus. Heal.
Start with Jesus, end with Jesus, all the things. And
all the things,
do life
but
in
actually have a relationship with him before having a relationship with another person.
That's so good, Victoria.
1,000%. Yeah.
GP, that is it for Tea Time. Thank you so much to our partners at Substance. We will continue doing those. Now it's time for my favorite segment.
Okay.
The segment of the nights called Mic Flip.
Okay.
This is where you, the guest, become the host, and I, the host, become the guest.
Okay.
You get to ask me 2 questions.
Okay.
Nothing is off air.
Okay.
Everything is RJ Going Public. So introduce yourself as the host of Going Public and ask the 2 questions.
My name is Victoria Castillo, and I am the captain now of Going Public. I don't have a question yet. Let me think.
Okay.
What is the biggest thing you're struggling with right now?
Truly trusting that I heard the Lord call me to what he's called me to do.
Okay.
And that specifically is men right now. You know, like when we're coming up to the studio, I told you I had to say no. And you asked me, like, is that your no? That's my no right now. Right? You fear like being a hypocrite. I feel that being really good at things that don't matter. And so I want to make sure that when I step into that position, that I am fully dependent on the Lord. I tell my kids and I tell close people, my prayer for 2025 is that I live a life of full integrity in every area of my life where it's impossible to do life without Jesus.
Yeah.
That's my prayer. And I'm not there yet. And
but that's
doesn't mean
real.
that I'm back there, but I'm just not right there yet. And I don't want to give people advice from an opinionated voice. I want to ask the Lord, hey, what do you have for this person? And that's where I'm at. Yeah.
But that's so real, and like, that's huge that you're doing that, because there's a lot of people that don't.
Yeah.
Like I know a lot of people that want to create their own ministry and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, just be really careful that this is coming from the Lord, because then it is coming from opinionated or politics or your own heart. And it's just not good.
You said politics. Yeah, that's perfect, because I think if people knew what I was asked to be, a lot of them would jump in, and the old RJ would have done it, right? Because I knew how to manipulate the mic, right? I knew how to get in that circle. But this season of my life where I said, hey, I only want to be honest, is because I truly believe the way that I'm hearing the Holy Spirit right now is evident because of my transparency, to be honest. My fear is that when I stop, I won't hear him as much as I'm hearing him now.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so good. So good. Next question. If you could go back right now and change anything and do it differently, what would it be?
Right now in this season, it would be,
or in the past, whatever.
It's the past, but it's in this season. I'm still living it. So a lot of people that have come on have asked about my kids and stuff like that. My oldest son and I'm talking to him. He's not responding. And it's because of, I had my birthday party and my kids had never seen me drink. And they did. And Jeremiah asked me questions. And instead of asking him why he felt those ways, I lashed out on him. And so that lashing out, which I thought was like only that moment, like, Jeremiah, why are you judging me on this moment?
Yeah.
Was really the bottled up emotions and failures that I've given him all these years.
Yeah.
This was like that stamp. And so like, he doesn't know how to communicate or channel his feelings. All he knows is dad told him to shut up. And so like, that would be the thing that I regret, or if I could do over again, I don't regret it. I just wish I could do it over again and truly like speak from the heart and ask the questions that I wanted to ask, but my insecurities didn't ask those questions. Yeah.
That's so good that you're aware.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what therapy's for. That's what I'm saying.
Absolutely. So.
Well, that's all going public.
Yes. GP, thank y'all so much for tonight. Do us a favor. If you like the episode, like it, share it, comment, and of course, subscribe. But do yourself another favor and go follow Victoria at...
Yes, you guys can follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Victoria Castillo with 4 underscores. Make sure you know it's 4. And then y'all can go follow my ministry. My women's ministry is LGG Girls, and then the guys ministry is LGG Guys. You cannot miss it. We do Bible studies. We do baptisms. We don't just do Bible study at this point. We call them Bible revival. We are physically discipling you guys. We are teaching you what it means to live, breathe, and walk with Jesus hand in hand. We do retreats, we do conferences, we do all the things. So just go follow.
Yeah. GP, do your homework and go follow her right now. But until next Thursday, we'll see you later. Bye.
Modes on the beat.